I want to welcome everyone for coming on this special introduction to Rewired for Peace, out of the box 1 hour training. I'm super excited because this is the first group of trainers that have been certified in Rewired for Peace. And it's 8 amazing human beings. And I'm just super pumped to see them deliver this training today to you guys. So they will be delivering the trainings. Each of them have a section, and they'll introduce themselves right before their section. So I'm not going to go into introducing them right now. And I would love it if possible, if you can keep your cameras on. I think it's very valuable for them to be able to see your faces as they're doing it. And if you absolutely can't, I understand, and you can have your camera off. But if you can, please, and I see a few people turned it on, so thank you for that. So we're going to get started right away. So let's take it away. We're going to start with Elizabeth, and we're getting going here.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Sostre. I am a holistic health coach, yoga teacher, wellness retreat facilitator, and trainer for Rewired for Peace. My vision for the world is to have everyone experience self-love and self-compassion so that they can create unity and peace for their lives, as I believe that is what we are ultimately striving for each and every day. So before I go any further, I want to acknowledge you for being here. It's so great to see everyone here today. Again, my name is Elizabeth Sostre, and together we will be facilitating this 1 hour training today. Now, please keep in mind that since this is somewhat interactive, be prepared to either raise your hand or type in the chat. So I want to welcome you to Outside of the Box. This is a 60-minute introduction to the 6-week online course, Rewired for Peace. And at the end of the 60 minutes, you will have the opportunity to enroll into the next 6-week online class. That is, of course, if you find value in what you hear today. However, I will share with you that it is my intention that you will all enroll today, and that today is the day your journey towards awareness, emotional intelligence, transformation, personal power, and freedom begins. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about Rewired for Peace. Rewired for Peace used to be called the gratitude training, which was available in person across the United States. But because of COVID, the company had to close its doors in 2020. Now, the founder of Gratitude, Joe Englesson, has reinvented the highly experiential in-person training to be just as effective online over Zoom. And just so you know, there are over 20,000 students that attended the in-person training, myself included. And the wonderful thing is that with this new online model, the possibility for the world is absolutely endless. So what is Rewired for Peace, and why is it so effective in having people experience profound shifts in how they live their life? I am going to ask Andrew to read the following sentence.
Rewired for Peace is an opportunity to uncover and redesign the underlying assumptions out of which you live your life, such that you experience a profound shift in your ability to relate to yourself and others, empowering you to fully engage your heartfelt commitments with freedom and passion.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, so this long sentence is loaded with positive and powerful action words which offer possibilities. So please listen as I reread. Rewired for Peace is an opportunity to uncover and redesign the underlying assumptions out of which you live your life, such that you experience a profound shift in your ability to relate to yourself and others, empowering you to fully engage your heartfelt commitments with freedom and passion. So, why does this training work? Like, what is all the hype about? And not only why, but how does this training work? That is what we will be discovering right here today.
Hey guys, my name is Nathan. I am a coach for men, artists, and entrepreneurs. And I'm also an entrepreneur myself. I do web design and have my hands in some other businesses as well. So we're going to look at the training like this. This is called the master's wheel. Okay. And if we were to take all of the knowledge in the whole entire world, all the information there is in the universe, and represent it as this yellow circle that you see on your screen. That's what we're going to do. This represents all the knowledge that there's ever. Now, if you were to represent what you know in this circle, what percentage would you say that you know out of all the knowledge there is? How much do you know? Can you guys go ahead and type that in the chat for me right now? How much do you think you know? I see 1%. Anybody else? 0.01%, 0.001%, less than 1%. So there's quite a few people saying, it's very small. We all kind of agree that it's a pretty small fraction of the circle. So the way we're going to represent this for this exercise is as a sliver. Obviously, it's probably not that big in reality. Like it's probably a tiny, tiny dot, but we'll represent it this way so you can actually see it. Now, this is essentially the stuff that you know. So for instance, for me, like I know I can drive stick shift. I know I can play drums. I know I can write songs. I know how to get dressed in the morning. There's a lot of things that I know, and that I know that I know it. So there's another part of our sliver that is also within the realm of knowing, and it is you know that you don't know it. For example, I know that I don't know how to fly an airplane at all. You would not want me behind the seat of a captain's seat of an airplane in a cockpit. You would not want me to do that. I know that I have no clue how to speak Swedish. I don't know those things, but it's still in the realm of I know. Either I know it or I know I don't know it. Now, the 6-week Rewired for Peace training that we will talk more about later, and also this training today, is happening in a different space, or the other space, outside of this sliver, outside of our box. And that's when you enter what we call the realm of possibility. So outside of what we know, there's this realm of possibility, this realm of the unknown, this space of unlimited potential, like pure potentiality. And it is essentially saying, I don't know that I know it, and I don't know that I don't know it. So now you're moving into a space of, I don't know. Like there are actually things inside your consciousness that you don't even know that you know, and that you don't even know that you don't know it. I'm sure all of you have had this experience in life where you're like, wow, I didn't even know I could do that. That's so cool. Now you have expanded your sliver. Whenever that happens in our life, we expand our sliver of knowledge just a little bit. And this is the space where the fun happens, where the real juice is in our life, where like extraordinary results are created. This is where invention and possibility and opportunity exist. It's called Master's Wheel because this is where the masters operate, in the realm of possibility. The cool thing is it's literally here and available for you right now, right here. And all it's going to take is a shift in your mindset. All it's going to take is a shift in the way you look at yourself, in the way you look at the world, your beliefs and your assumptions, and be willing, get this, be willing to be wrong about how you might have it. Now, that can be really tough for some people, being willing to be wrong. It has been for me at times in my life until I went through these types of trainings. So to begin to live life in the realm of possibility, it's going to require you to transform yourself, to literally shift your perspective in order to open up a space to become the person that is the context or the vibration, the space, the energy for that life to show up, that life of no regrets. Essentially, what I am saying is who you are in the I know sliver, in the box of your stories and your beliefs, what you tell yourself about you, is not going to produce that which was not going to happen anyways. What it will do, though, is bring you predictable, more, better, different results, all based on your past and your limiting beliefs. Now, the question is, how do we actually begin to live in this realm of possibility? Like, how do we set goals and have them happen in a space that is outside of our box of what we think we know and what we know? Well, Rewired for Peace is a 6-week course that will take dynamite. It will blow up your box, have you reinvent yourself, alter your relationship with circumstances, and put you on track for a life of no regrets. It is a proven system how to joyously level up, crush your goals, and leave a legacy without doing more or feeling overwhelmed.
Thanks, Nathan. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Mason, and I'm a change management consultant and a success coach. And I work with organizations and individuals to navigate change and move them towards the best version of themselves. So what I'm going to go over is how the 6-week course is set up. First of all, the training is mostly experiential. About 50% of what you'll be doing in class and during the week will be experiential. It will essentially have experiences in the unknown, experiences that will have you operating in that realm of possibility. Some of those experiences will be as a group, some in your life, some by yourself, some with the trainer facilitating. Then about 25% of the course is lectures, which is the trainer explaining something or teeing something up, making clarifying distinctions, and some debrief. And the last 25% is sharing, whether that's in class or in breakout groups or in any of our online forums, such as Facebook or in your student portal. So that's how the training's set up. And the reason the training is so effective is because of it being mostly experiential. So what does that mean exactly, experiential? Well, let's first look at the difference between didactic and experiential learning. Didactic learning refers to that traditional teaching method that's based on lectures, presentations, textbooks, and other instructional material. Well, in this model, the teacher's the main source of knowledge, and students are just simply passive. They're passive receivers of information. Experiential learning, on the other hand, is more hands-on. It's an interactive approach to learning that involves active participation and reflection. It involves learning through direct experiences, often with real-world application. So, for instance, think of when you learned to ride a bike. Did you read how to do it from a manual? Did you have someone tell you how to do it? No, most of us learned by actually riding the bike. We may have failed a bunch of times, but eventually we got it. And here's the most powerful thing about this type of experiential learning, that once you learn it, you remember it. How much do you think you remember from high school, from lectures, readings, and presentations? Go ahead and type a percentage in the chat. 5%, 5, 5. That seems to be a common 7, 10. That's about right. The National Training Laboratory did a study on what we retain from different types of learning, both passive and active. And they found that only 5% of lectures are retained. Now, that percentage does go up a little bit when we think about reading and using audio visuals or demonstrations, but on average, passive learning overall only has an average retention rate of about 25%. That's it. So most of the things that we learn through experience, though, stay with us. So let's go back to high school. Can you remember your first kiss, or the sound of your locker, or the smell of the gym floor right before practice? Now, those are the things that are usually retained because you had an experience in it. Now, when they looked at more active teaching methods, they found that group discussions have about a 50% retention rate, and practice and experience, as well as teaching others, continue to go up. So it's been proven that learning through experience is far more effective, and that's why this training works. That's why people are blown away by it. That's why they come out of the live training in that realm of possibility, creating extraordinary results. So let's actually talk about the difference, or let's talk about what makes this training so unique. The actual experiences and concepts in that 6-week training are going to be different than what we're doing here tonight in this 1-hour event. And the training, we go way deeper. We peel back the onion, and it gives you an opportunity to illuminate all of your limiting beliefs and all the stories that you have operated in your life thus far on autopilot, wondering why nothing ever changes.
Thanks, Andrew. My name is Barbara Schumann Lamb, and I'm a writer and I'm a life strategist. And my goal is to help people realign to their purpose. And this 6-week Rewired for Peace training is a key component of taking that personal inventory of your current life and then helping you to take small steps that bring about the big changes to get you on the path to your heart-led and joyful life. So we're going to go through, we have an example of active learning, and we're going to do an experiential exercise. This is one of my favorite ones. So in a minute, I'm going to show you a slide with something on it that you've either seen before, or you've read it, or you've heard it, or you've even said it before. It's going to be on a slide, and all I want you to do is read it. And then when you've read it, show me a thumbs up. You can either use a little Zoom emoji or old-fashioned thumbs up, and just let me know that you finished reading it, or you can even type yes in chat if you're off screen. So I give everyone a chance to do it. And then I'm going to put it up for enough time for you to read it. And again, it's going to be something you've either heard or seen before or said before. And I want you to do it in silence, so stay muted. And all I want you to do is stay away from the chat. Don't type anything in the chat. I want you to have your own experience. But before we do this, I want you to begin to notice your reaction right now. Notice what's happening in your mind, what's happening in your body as I'm saying all of this. Maybe you're like, I'm going to get this, or I don't know what's happening, or there's probably a trick in here somewhere. Notice your body. If you're feeling tense, warm, or cold, or you feel like you want to get off the call, just notice it. Don't get off the call. Just notice what you're feeling inside. So again, I'm going to put something up on the screen. You're going to either have heard it before, seen it before, or said it before, and you're going to read it to yourself, just to yourself, and then give me a thumbs up when you've read it. Okay. Am I getting thumbs ups? Okay. Okay, so who read Bird in the Hand, Paris in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime? Raise your hand or type yes in the chat if you read Bird in the Hand, Paris in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime. Raise your hands, type yes. Okay. It didn't say that. It doesn't say that. So notice again your reaction. Is she lying? I don't get this. Am I wrong? Is she wrong? Just notice it. I promise you, it doesn't say that. So I'm going to put up the same exact slide again, and I want you to read it, and then give me a thumbs up so I know you've read it. Getting some thumbs up, yeses. Are we good? Okay. So this time, who read Bird in the Hand, Paris in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime? Again, raise your hands, type yes. Anybody? It doesn't say that. It really doesn't. Notice your reaction. Take an inventory. Most people that I know think that I'm an honest person. And I'm telling you, it doesn't say that. So we're going to do it one more time. Okay, same slide. Read it. Give me a thumbs up when you're complete. Let me know. Thumbs up. This is your own experience. Okay. Are we good? Everyone read it? Getting all the yeses and the thumbs up? Okay, so now, who read Bird in the Hand, Paris in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime? Raise your hand or type yes in the chat. It doesn't say that. I know some of you are like, what? It was the same slide, I promise you, all 3 times, and it did not say that. Again, notice your reaction. Notice how you're feeling uncomfortable, angry, annoyed, frustrated, thinking, who is this chick and what is she talking about? Just notice what's coming up for you. Notice where you're going in your thoughts. Positive, negative, I'm crazy, she's crazy. So Who still read Bird in the Hand, Pears in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime, and is willing to take it one step further? Who's coming into the spotlight with me? Anybody? Come on, chickens. No? Okay. Mrs. Dickerson. So I don't know if you have Nathan up as your name. I know you're married. I don't know what your first name is.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we're going to show you the slide again. And now I want you to read it in silence, no matter what. Don't react. And when you're done, give me a thumbs up. She's reading very carefully. Okay. So did you still read Bird in the Hand, Paris in the Spring, and Once in a Lifetime?
Yes.
Okay. Who else still read Bird in the Spring, Paris in the Spring, Bird in the Hand, and Once in a Lifetime? Who else read that? So you're not alone. I just want her to feel like she's in this with other people. Okay. So I'm going to show you the slide again. And now when you read it, I want you to point to each word as you read the word. You can point to your own screen and we'll follow along with the mouse. And then I want you to read it out loud for us.
Bird in the hand. Oh, in the hand. Paris in the spring, once in a lifetime.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
So who else now saw it? Now she's pointing it out. Now you're all having the, oh, right? So let's give her a big hand and say thank you for risking and for participating. Big gratitude hands. So let's talk about the, and the AA. Hey, Pablo, I see you. So I told you all that we were going to read something that maybe you've heard before, or seen before, or said before. And so those phrases are familiar to you. And as soon as that happened, as soon as I said that, your brain started going back into your files. Immediately, your brain goes there and starts looking for what is familiar. Then when we put the slide up and all you could see was what you thought you already knew. Think about that for a second. Your brain starts looking for the familiar. So your eyes automatically go to what you thought you already knew. You were not even able to see what was actually there. You went back in your brain and then briefly saw the statements, and then all you could see what was familiar to your brain. You totally missed the and the AA because your brain wasn't expecting it. Now I want you to ask, where else do you think you do that? Where are you doing that in relationships with people? Where are the thes and the AAs? You know, when you're dealing with someone you're familiar with, relationships, partners, people you work with for a long time, you know them, or you think you know them. Where are we automatically going? And what are the thes and the AAs that we're missing? What is the or the AA that has us stop from taking our relationships from a maybe to an 8 to 10, or maybe even a 2 to a 10? Where's the and the AA that's holding you back from realizing your dreams? What are the predetermined mental predispositions that are holding you from your purpose? What is the or the AA that's standing in the way from you taking your next big breakthrough? Think about all of these questions as you go in through your mind. These are great journal prompts, by the way. So as you're going through, what are you missing? What are the thes and the AAs that people are not seeing that are shutting us down? That not only is it our perspective looking out, but it's their perspective looking at us. It's shutting down communications. We're fighting amongst ourselves, even going to war. I just want you to sit for a moment with those questions. Where is the or the AA in your life that may have you stuck? And what are you not seeing? For me, when I did this training and I did this exercise, I was the spotlight girl, by the way. It was big. It was a big awareness. And I like to think of myself as an aware person. I like to think that I am truly open and receiving and observant of what's around me, and I didn't see it. I actually pointed to the screen and finally saw it and had my epiphany moment. And it was just kind of a reawakening of our unawareness, of my own unawareness. So I really love this exercise. And I'm really glad I was the one who got to share it with you. But I think it's an important one to look at. So now I'm going to open up a little bit for some sharing. I'd love to hear from you, maybe what opened up for you during this exercise or something that we've talked about so far. Is there anyone who would like to share something? Anyone, somebody? If you don't volunteer, I'll call on someone. Okay.
So actually,
Georgiana?
this is Andrea. Barbara, can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right, so this actually stood out to me today because I have been thinking about what do I need to do to get a different job? And I know the answer, but I keep ignoring it. So this for me was, if I take my time to sit down and go through detail for detail and remove what I think is best and actually see the thes and the AAs in my own process, that I'll be able to really make some headway in what I want to do for my next chapter. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I think everything we learn is what we can learn about ourselves and then how we learn when we bring it out to other people. So I think that's important. And I think a great place to start is in your own perceptions of yourself. And then you take it out. Georgiana, you had am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, my looking at that was questioning myself, as in she said it wasn't, but I see what I think I see, don't I? And wondering, what am I not getting? And then as I really looked at it and tried to copy it on my piece of paper, it was like, oh yeah, there, I get it. But it was the flash when you assume that will get you every time. And
Yeah.
I find that it gets me every time. And when I recognize that, it's like, oh, okay, I'm good. Check it out.
That's awesome.
I
So
can
would you
trust
actually-
my own perceptions.
Right. So were you actually like following along and writing it down to double check yourself?
Yes, because
so
I'm thinking,
you did like a double layer experiential treatment. So you're experiencing it and then you're actually writing it, and like, so you did the
yeah. And then when I got to
double whammy
it
experiential.
was like, oh, duh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Does anyone else have anything? I love these epiphanal moments, and this is something
I could
great
share.
that you get. Okay.
Yeah, I think like when it showed up and you kept saying, no, that's not right, it literally, I mean, it almost like disappeared. So it wasn't even there. And my brain, just recognizing that my brain omitted it because of the familiarity. I don't know, like I thought it was funny. I was laughing the whole time, like, okay, I know there's something, but I don't know what it is. And this is really funny.
So, like blind spots that we all develop, like these little blind spots, and then we argue with those blind spots, which is interesting. Yeah.
But the fact that it was like a visual blind spot, that I could see this visual blind spot, just was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love this exercise and this training. So the 6 weeks training, you have a lot of these aha moments. And I've taken the training now twice, and each time I've gotten something from it. I've gotten ahas from it left and right. So it's great. So I'm really glad that you all are here. So that was it. That's the experiential training.
All right. Thanks so much, Barbara. My name is Adrienne Carrier. I'm a transformational trainer, and I'm on a mission to create a world of acceptance and love. So let's do one more exercise to illustrate this. Let's dream big. I want you to think of a place you would love to visit, like a dream vacation. Go ahead and type that in the chat. We all have a dream vacation, right? Especially after these last few years. So where do you want to go? The Maldives, right? Yeah. Scotland or Jamaica. I love it. I love the contrast. Okay. Bali, right? So here are some dream vacations. Some of yours are listed here. And if it's not, just imagine it's on the list, okay? Dream vacations. Now, what are some of the reasons you don't go? Why don't you go to Bali, the Maldives, Scotland, Jamaica? Type that in the chat. Type in what stops you from going. Time, excuses, kids, caretaker, responsibilities, money, time, right? Okay. And here we've got a lot of reasons, right? Pets, school, fear, maybe you don't have a passport. And there are millions of these, right? We all have them. You know what they are for you. And you know what your major one is. You know what that big one is. I want you to kind of hold on to that in your mind, like the big one. What was the first one that came up? This is why I'm not going blank. Okay, so what should we call these? These reasons on the left, type in the chat. What else could we call these other than reasons? So give me some other words, some synonyms for the reasons, the excuses, right? Money, obstacles, roadblocks, circumstance, right? So it could be challenges, barriers, just any other synonyms, right? Okay. Now, let's do something. Let's change the title of Dream Vacation to this: Dream, Goal, Vision. And we still have those circumstances, the reasons. And I want you to imagine that what's on the right here on the slide is your big dream, your big goal, and your big vision. And then I want you to look back on the left and think about what was your top circumstance, the ones that are stopping you from going to Ghana, to Bali, to the Maldives, to Scotland, to Jamaica, or wherever you wanted to go. And isn't it true that in most cases, it's the same circumstances that are also holding you back from that big dream, that big goal, the big vision? Your limiting beliefs about money, time, age, health, fear, etc., are actually what stops you in all areas of your life, not just from going on that dream vacation. You see, circumstances are circumstances. You picked yours for a reason, to hold you back. And it's time to identify what those are. And it's time to change the relationship you have with the circumstances that are in your way. Okay, so I have some bad news for you. The training Rewired for Peace will not remove the circumstances. However, what it will do is support you in altering the relationship you have with them. For instance, you know those people that never have money, but somehow they're flying around the world, they're doing everything, they're doing all the things, they're doing whatever they want, and you're like, how are they doing that? And then there are those people that have a lot of money, but they just can't afford anything, or they're still limited by the concept of money. So it's just a relationship with money, a relationship with finances that determine the environment and the context that they create, that they then have the results that fit in that context. And if you're in a context of scarcity, you're not going to see you're not going to see money or abundance. And if you're in a context of abundance, there will always be enough of everything. And the first step is to start altering the relationship you have with the circumstances in your life. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Adrienne. Hey, everyone. My name is Jael McLean. I'm a business and results coach, a transformational podcaster, and now Gen 1 Rewired for Peace trainer. My vision is to create a world where everyone gets to step into their authenticity, their courage, and their confidence. So now remember the and the in bird in the hand exercise we just did? When we live in our box in what we know, as if that's all there is to it, we're basing our choices on past experiences or past knowledge of how it's always been. When we do that, we close off any possibility to invent something new and invent something from nothing. It's like we're walking around with these the and glasses and constantly basing our reality on what we already know. Usually that's based on our beliefs, our stories, our assumptions, and our past. We're filtering everything through the and operating system. So like Adrian said, the 6-week training will not remove your circumstances or obstacles, but it will support you in how you interact with those circumstances, allowing you to go for what it is you want and create an environment and a mindset that will have you win and one that will have you succeed. Essentially, Rewired for Peace takes dynamite to your box, to your limiting beliefs, and it opens up choice from a new and distinct perspective. It will have you choose a new operating system and create a new operating system that will create the results that you want. It'll support you in enhancing what works and alter what's not working in your life. People do this training for a myriad of reasons. And maybe they want to make more money, find a new relationship, or enhance the one they're in. Maybe they want to be happy, reduce stress, get a new career. Does any of this sound familiar? You name it. So whatever domain they come to the training to work on, what usually happens is because they change the operating system with regards to a specific domain, it also ends up applying to all other domains. So it's a new operating system and it will be effective in all areas of their lives. So what did you notice for you? What were you able to identify? And were you able to identify any limiting beliefs that have you stuck in your life? Maybe you're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Do you see how the same beliefs that stop you from your dream vacation stops you from your dream goals vision? And if so, which circumstances are your big ones? Would anyone like to share?
Hi,
All right,
I'll
don't make me pull
share.
the barb.
I'll
Awesome.
share. It's Andrea.
Yeah.
So I always operate out of scarcity of money. So with not having enough money, it determines everything in my life, and it continues to produce the same outcome. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. I don't see anything. So it's a very big limiting belief for me.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, going once, going twice. Let's move on.
Hi, my name is Laura McHale, and I, like Jael, am a Gen 1 Rewired for Peace facilitator trainer. My vision is to assist and illuminate our blinders, our blind spots, and to find kindred spirits and friends on this journey that we call life. So that's an ultimate honor that I have in helping people like I've been helped. So is there anyone on this call that had already seen the bird in the hand exercise prior to today? If you had seen it before, you probably saw the thes and the uhs right away. Well, maybe not right away, but you saw it because you'd seen it before. And here's the thing, and here's how this transformational training works. We support you in seeing things about yourself. we support you in identifying your blind spots. And what happens in the trainings is once you see it, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it. That's why it's so effective and powerful. It's like this image. Many of you may have seen this image before. If you've not seen this image before, please type into the chat what it is that you see. So some of you, when you first see this, your brain interprets and you see the image of an older woman, or perhaps you saw the image of a younger woman. You know what? They're both right. You can actually see two images depending on your perspective. So let me show you. And you should be able to see the mouse on the screen. So the first one perspective is the older woman. You can see the chin, her protruding chin, and her mouth. Moving up, you'll see the side of her nostril and a prominent nose. And then her eye with a bag and the sag underneath it, perhaps, and some poofy hair on her head, and then like a scarf, like you kind of tend to think of an old woman wearing. Then if you can get your brain to like switch and see an alternate image, a new perspective of a young woman, you see her face turn slightly away, the silhouette of her face, her tiny nose sticking out, and it comes down to the angle of her chin, and you see her throat, her ear, and then her throat with a choker on. So both of those images are there simultaneously. Sometimes you see one, sometimes you see the other, and your brain can learn to toggle back and forth. This demonstrates what I mean by not being able to unsee something once you see it and your brain can toggle. You can't unsee it. What you've had an experiential experience of, and Rewired for Peace, everything will be illuminated for you. And then you won't be able to unsee it. You can't go back to not seeing. Your awareness will expand as a result. And you're going to begin to, on your own, remove your blinders and be more present and alive in your life.
Thank you, Laura. Hi, everyone. My name is Anabel Alberti, and I'm a speaker, facilitator, and professional certified coach. I am passionate about transforming people's lives and activating humans to connect with their positive impact in the world, activating and magnetizing their network, honoring their life's purpose, and being audaciously authentic. So here's my offer to all of you today. It's enroll in the 6-week training at the end of today. There will be a discount for you guys, and then use the training to alter your relationship with your limiting beliefs. It's an opportunity to eliminate your da-das, your us, so that you can open up to new possibilities for your life, for your relationships, for your vitality, your energy, your peace, and simply your happiness, whatever it is that you want. And I am not going to tell you what to do. You are going to realize it on your own, what you're doing and what's not working. And you're going to be able to get the tools to shift all that. So we've covered so much today. Here you can see like a mini summary of it, and you probably have some questions. But before we take questions, let me share with you something amazing. And it's the testimony of one of our Rewired for Peace students who shared this with us. Rewired for Peace offers a unique opportunity for a person to gain deeper awareness of themselves and why they created the life that they have. I have offered the tools to make my dream a reality. I have never seen or heard of a more effective vehicle for repairing and expanding upon relationships with those whom we love. but by fully embracing ourselves, we open to the space to fully embrace and forgive others. So do the training. So now, guess what? Let me give you something. Let me give you the big sales pitch. Are you ready? Are you ready? Do the training. Sign up today and take yourself on. Just go all in. There is no better time than now. This is what you get when you sign up. So you get a bunch of things. Included is 6 2-hour live online weekly group call sessions led by the one and only Joe Englesson, Joe, we love you. The recordings for all the Zoom sessions, access to all recordings and the materials in your own app, which is awesome because you can access it from anywhere in the world, wherever you're doing, whatever you're doing, phone, iPad, computer, anywhere. Midweek extra meditations, extensions, homework, inspiration. And not only that, if you sign up in the next 48 hours, you also get all these bonuses. You get a weekly Q&A with Joe herself. You get access to a private Facebook group with all the other students from Rewired for Peace. And you also get the Source Movement online recorder course, which is a self-study course that you'll be able to access. So all of this, the Rewired for Peace program, the 6 weeks program, the regular cost is $675 plus the bonuses. The complete value, the total value of it is $1,000 and $955. $50. I added $5. I'll take it off. It's okay. But you'll get it today for just $375. And this is not even about the money. And I can attest to this. I am so happy to be in that statistics of those 20,000 people that took the live in session in Florida pre-pandemic, because it impacted not only myself, but my husband's lives. He did it as well. And it impacted our relationship, like our one-on-one relationship, our relationship with our daughter, and our relationship with everybody else. Also has helped me make life-changing decisions professionally and personally. And all coming from love and being surrounded by so many amazing people that have done this training and are willing to keep on growing. And this group of amazing facilitators as well as Joe, who has been there every step of the way. So just do the training. I don't know what else to say. There are no magic wands. There are no quick fixes, no shortcuts. And I'm not interested in selling you any of that. I know this is a course that will catapult you and your results and create an army of powerful change makers, whether it's in your life or in your world or in the world in general. And on the other side, I'm also going to address those, one more thing, which is those that are here that have already done the live training, that did it in the US before the pandemic. Here's why you should do this training. I attest to that. I did the training and I got certified afterwards because it was a no-brainer for me. First, it's a great refresher. We've all had a few challenging years and the drift is so powerful. Second, you may want to join us, Gen 1, and become certified to deliver this introduction and the 6-week course on your own, under your own umbrella, to your own community. And it's a prerequisite to attend this 6-week course first as a student. So just do the training. In a few minutes, you will receive an email with a sign-up link and the discount. And we are pasting here the link in the chat here if you want to take action right away. Just a reminder that this $300 off offer is only available for the next 48 hours. You're going to see it starting now. You're going to see it on the landing page. There is a countdown timer on the side and you'll know when it ends. And that's it. Just guess what? Can you shout it with me? Do the training.
Yes. All right. So for those here that the participants here today, let's give these trainers a hand. This was the first time they actually did something live, and you guys are amazing. I'm so honored. What we're gonna do is we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave this slide up for a minute. So and we'll play a song. You can take some time to sign up. And also, if you found value in anything today, please share what your biggest takeaway was in the chat. And then after the song, I'm going to graduate these awesome people. I'm so glad there's some people still on here. I want to welcome you to this special occasion where I have the privilege to officially graduate these 8 beautiful, awesome trainers. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and spotlight all of you for a minute. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that right now. Hold on, let me remove that. So what they have done is they have just, you can see based on the backgrounds that they're a trainer, except for Nathan, who's in his country western home, no, his Texas home. Anyway, so they've just gone through this 8-week, really intensive certification program to get certified to deliver Rewired for Peace. Now, the certification program to be a trainer for the gratitude training in the live trainings was a 2-year process. And so now they haven't obviously gotten certified in all of the trainings. They've gotten certified in Rewired for Peace, but for them to do that in 2 months is a lot of like beingness and doingness and all of it. And now they'll be able to deliver Rewired for Peace or parts of it to their own communities and to their own demographic. They might have different areas that they want to take this work into. And I used to always, in the gratitude training, people used to always come up to me and say, well, how can we get this in the prison system? How can we get this in the church? How can we get this into corporate? And now I can say, well, get certified and you go do it. I actually have an avenue for that. Whereas before it was just like everybody was sort of expecting us to do that too. And it just wasn't feasible. So I'm excited to grow this community of trainers and really spread this work out, because it is my vision and my commitment to create peace in my lifetime. And I believe that the training Rewired for Peace that they just got certified to teach is the quickest and most effective way to get there. Because when people begin to experience peace, no matter what they may be going through, if they experience that and they extend the peace just because of a simple shift in their perspective, the world will follow. And what better way than teaching people to fish, right? Or in this case, extending the work of transformation and the materials for them to effectively share and then teach it. So now these trainers are going to be on their own as far as delivering this work to their students, but they're far from alone in making sure that they succeed. Because once they graduate now, they actually join our training community, Leaders for Peace. And we all end up collaborating and sharing our wins and our losses, and even having the opportunity to be like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of a course and I'm like, you know, really sick and I can't run my course, to be able to just call on another trainer and they know exactly how to deliver that specific week for you. That's priceless, especially in this online world. So let's give them their certificates and officially graduate them. I was going to spotlight them, but look, I have them right here. So I'm going to share the way this is going to happen is I'm going to share their certificate and I'm going to spotlight them while I say a few words to each of them. I'm not going to talk for long because I, know you have already been here for over an hour. And if there's anyone on this call, a trainer or an attendee that want to acknowledge anyone I'm speaking to, you could either share the acknowledgements in the chat, or you can raise your hand if you want to do it and if you want to share it in person. Just, make it laser and impactful, quick and impactful, so that we don't ramble on forever. Okay. I'm a hand talker. Yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to do it in alphabetical order so that no one thinks I did someone first for a reason. And of course, the first name happens to be someone that I've been friends with for probably over 20 years now. And so we got Adrian. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Adrian. All right. So Adrian, I'm going to put you so that I see you spotlighted too, because I wanted to see you.
You see me?
Yes, I can see you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. This has just been an amazing experience, and just part of the evolution of my life. And I'm just so grateful, Joe, and everybody in my team, and all the different teams I've been on in this journey. So I'm just super excited to be bringing this out to the world, and we need more people. So join us.
We do. So I want to say this. So not only are you a really good friend of mine, we knew each other when we used to live in California a long time ago. You're like a rock. You're like a rock, and you've been a rock for this whole team as well. You're super supportive, and I know you care. You're kind of a rare breed, because you're a controller in your professional life, but then you're kind of a supporter in relationships, right? But I know I can always count on you, and I've seen you grow leaps and bounds over the last few months, and it's so amazing to witness the dedication and the commitment that you always display. And so I'm just honored to have had you here in this eight weeks, and I'm so excited to see what's next and what you're going to create from this. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Beautiful. Now going to the next one. Annadelle, let's spotlight you. So, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, you're just all joy, right? And you're like, yeah, here I am, right? So like, there's just so much joy coming from you, and you're like this powerhouse. And I know that this work is in such good hands with you in charge, right? Like, I liked you the moment we met, and now I like you even more. You know what I mean? So like, you have this great way of being that's contagious. And when your students are so lucky to have you, and I know that you're going to take this far and far away and big all at the same time. So thank you. It's been such an honor to work with you. Awesome. And then and then read what the people are saying in the comments too. You're here. So beautiful. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna move on to, I just gotta find him. Why don't I see Andrew? Oh, there he is. Okay.
I'm here.
You're here. Okay, replace spotlight. There we go. So Andrew, let me go to the next. Boom, Andrew Mason. Now, if any of you here are in the corporate world, get to know this guy, right? Just watch out, because Andrew's committed to sharing the power of this training in his own design and his own way to fit the corporate world. And boy, does the corporate world need it. I mean, I wish you could take it to Washington while you're at it, Andrew.
I'll add that.
Yeah, can you add that, please?
Yeah.
And you've shown like such tenacity over the last few months, because you've been juggling some personal life circumstances in the midst of this intense training, but you still always show up in excellence, and you show up, like excited and positive and ready to go, and no matter what happens. And that is a testament to this work. It means you're living the work. And so I know that the corporations are going to be thrilled to have you come and teach them about integrity, responsibility. I mean, all of that. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing where you're going with it all.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for the comments.
Awesome. All right. Then we have Barbara. It's the space. It's so funny. We're already halfway through. We're still on B. Like, what is this? It's hilarious. All right, Barbara. All right. So, wow. That's all I can say. So Barbara is someone that didn't do any of the in-person live trainings pre-COVID. And so Rewire for Peace was all like, this material in this way was all new to her. And she has just proved me right in that it doesn't matter how much past work you've done. If you have it, you have it, right? I think you're going to be an amazing trainer. And I know that the students you're going to have and your clients and your coaching clients and all of them is going to absolutely love you. And they're going to love the work that you're going to deliver to them. So thank you. Awesome. All right, Elizabeth. There she is. All right. So Elizabeth, again, I'm so honored to have you be part of this vision. Your passion for this work and your brilliance in disseminating it all is amazing. You have like the biggest heart that I almost know, and you have such a passion to help people, you know, and while you may be a tad technically challenged, right? I still don't have concerns. I think you're going to run a kick-ass class for your students. You know, once you get through some of that tech stuff, because this is very techy in the online world, but because your willingness and your humility is going to have you win, and it's going to have the world win. So
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. All right, we're going to Jael. Oh my God, there she is. All right, Jael. Okay, first of all, I don't know how I got so lucky with all these powerhouses in this first training. I knew you had a big vision for the world the moment that I met you. And I got to be, I was on your podcast, right? And then the rest is history. Here you are graduating, and I can't wait to hear how your first 6-week class goes. And I know that you're going to be on track to have one soon. And I know that you care deeply, and sometimes maybe a little too deeply, right? You care a lot, but it's so refreshing to watch you take on so many areas in your life with such passion and what's that word? Fervor? I'm Swedish, but there's a word that I'm looking for. Fervor, right? That's a good word, right? That's what it is. And you're truly one of a kind. And so let's go world, is all I can say. All right, so thank you, Jael. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And then we got
so
Laura.
Grateful.
Oh, go ahead.
So grateful to you. Yeah, so grateful to you, Joe, to have been invited and accepted into the course and have new tools for myself and to take out in the world. So thank you so much. And thank you to the team as well.
You're so welcome. All right, Laura. Okay, so another North Carolina trainer. So Laura, you're like a silent Buddha, right?
I am an observer.
Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten that feedback before, but it's not obvious at first how brilliant and aware you are and like the wealth of knowledge that you have. But once like being in relationship with you, it becomes crystal clear quickly. And I'm excited to see you flourish and then deliver this workshop to everyone you encounter. And I'm also like so thrilled to know that who you're being when you're working in your professional life, already working with children. And I know you're already like spreading this work into those generations. And that is just like blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Doing this work makes my heart sing. It fulfills me. I feel like this is my purpose, is to help other people have the experiences and the ahas and the peace that this training has brought to me. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, last but not least in any way, Nathan. All right, let me put your certificate up. So I've known you for some time, right? From the live trainings, and we had some differences there as far as trainings go, right? Although it was never in like a super bad way. But when you contacted me to inquire about the training certification, I was blown away by your humility and your grace. And now I'm also blown away by your individuality and your sense of humor. And you stood out early on because you have this ability to be so natural when you deliver the content. And I'm excited about the 6-month program that you're creating. And I look forward to supporting you with bringing this work into your church community or any church community for all I know. And looking forward to many, many years of transformation with you. So thank you, Nathan.
Too, Joe. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
It's beautiful. So I'm going to play a song for you guys. And during the song, I would love for the people that are still on the call if you have any individual feedback, and we want the good feedback, I don't need the bad feedback, okay? This is their graduation. So anything that you noticed that was valuable and that they did, I would love for you to type that in the chat. And while we play this, I'm probably not going to play the whole song again, but we're going to play a little bit. And I want you guys as trainers, I want you to really think about what you've gone through and this process, because, you know, for me, I don't know what each week is like for you, because you have all these other commitments, and then you just took on this other huge thing. And so, you know, kudos to you guys. But really think about it. And I also want you to think, when you listen to this song, I want you to think about, like, I want you to acknowledge yourself for what you accomplished. This, I mean, this is a big deal. So I'm going to I'm going to take the slides off for a second.
You feel a burning in your chest. You know you're different than the rest. And sometimes it makes it feel like you could cry. When you're looking at the world through the heart that's on your sleeve, rather than your saline eyes. And sometimes it scares you to death. And sometimes it stops you in your tracks. And sometimes it makes it feel like you're pushing for nothing. And then everything gets quiet and the world moves in slow motion. And that little voice inside you whispers, do something. This is your call. You're called to be the one who will inspire, climb mountains, turn a fire that shines brighter than the sun. And you will not waver, you will stand tall, you will be brave. You're gonna be the difference between loving and resistance. So hear me when I say, you are able, you're willing, you're strong. And this is your call, yes. This is your call, yes. You hear the thunder in your voice. You know you have no other choice.
All
but to
right,
open up your
so
mouth, just let it fly.
I want you guys to know that I finished your trainer manual. So it's already in your portal. And obviously it's gonna be a moving document, knowing what we guys are up, what we are all up to, right? But I just wanted you to know that it's there. And also for those, let me turn this music up. Also for those that are interested in finding out more about the certification program, you can check out the website. I'm going to paste it in this chat as well. Also, just know that if you do decide to do the trainer certification, if you pay in full or pay $1,000 deposit, you actually get the Rewired for a Peace 6-week course for free. So if that's something you're interested in, you may want to consider just signing up for certification right away. If not, you want to check it out, then just go, just come check it out. And then you can decide to do it. Oh, if you do go to the website, the certification website, you can sign up for a call with me. And I have call schedules starting next Thursday, every Thursday until the training starts pretty much. So you want to sign up for a call. It's like a 30-minute info call, and I can answer all your questions and tell you all about it. And again, there's also a lot of information on the website, so you may not have questions, but I just wanted you to know that. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are complete.